Jimmy said he could handle this. Oh, he's from Los Angeles.
Welcome to episode number 35 of Let's Go Podcast. My name is Justin.
I'm not going to yell, but my name's Kelly.
Kelly, and you know what? We're excited to be here today. And you know what?
Are we excited or sided?
We're going to bring the X later with Logan. Shink,
Okay,
shink,
so we're
Weapon
just-
X style.
we're just sided
so
right
we're
now.
just sided right now. But you know what I'm excited about? Two things. That I'm here with you and that we have a friend. But
Who
not
is
just
rad?
not just a friend, but a...
Rad friend.
That's right.
We got rad friends.
So welcome to the show for the very first time, our good friend, Eric Melville. Eric, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Email.
Email. That's right. His rap name is Email.
Yeah. My sister-in-law's name is Melanie, so she's Mel,
Meow, meow.
and I'm Email.
Meow, meow.
Meow.
Poor girl got Mel.
Meow, meow.
So Eric had quite a busy day. Eric is a ground wrestler. He's been doing
wrestling.
some jiu-jitsu. He's coming up all bloody and punched.
Well, yeah, I'm not. I'm brand new, so I'm not doing much punching or hurting others. I'm
You just
pretty
getting
much.
hurt.
I'm catching brunt.
I can see some scuff on the chin.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's obvious
that was
you're
from
new because
Wednesday.
you did not block.
No, you know what this was. So underneath my chin is super scraped up and like scabbed over, like I don't know, maybe like a quarter size.
Yeah.
It was because we do this thing. It's a triangle, and really you're making someone choke themselves.
Oh.
So your own arm is crossing your chin,
Uh-huh.
and they've got you locked up with their legs, and then they just pull down on your head close to them. So you're choking yourself basically with your own arm, and it's scraping.
Oh, dang.
That doesn't sound fun at all.
Okay, so tonight, if you're walking down the street and some like shady individuals roll up on you, they're like, "What's up, fool? You have a wallet? Do you think you can take them out? Do you have enough
No.
knowledge yet?"
No, you give up the wallet.
Okay.
Jiu-jitsu doesn't protect against guns, as far as I know yet.
What if there's switchblades?
No, I'm
Well, you
just. I'm sorry. I'm just giving up
Hand-to-hand
wallets.
combat.
He's giving up wallets.
I'm just giving up wallets.
The preferred answer is
Noted.
yes.
I will take you out.
You will take the throwing stars. Check. Nice. Check. And I'm not giving up the wallet.
But
Maybe
you know
it depends.
You know what's delicious after losing a wallet
Yes.
and after wrestling on the ground with dudes
Especially if you're
Humble
downtown.
pie.
or yard work, because I
Yeah.
did yard work today.
Hey, there you go.
Yard work's good.
So nothing says loving like a tasty beer.
Tasty beer.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. Beers, all kinds of beers. Black, white, Puerto Rican, Chinese beers.
Glug, 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 glug.
All right, so today we have something that's kind of been sitting for a while because we have a reservoir that goes deep, and sometimes we're like, oh, we should have tried that. And,
Yep.
you know, people give us beers and we got to drink these, but
It's such a big industry. I mean,
Beers.
there's endless.
Yeah.
There's endless.
Endless
Yeah.
beers.
and that's a good thing. That's a good
Yeah.
thing. So what we got here is, and I'm going to tell you, I only bought this because I was like, the bottle art on this thing is bananas awesome. I love it. So you can't even find it on the website. So it was probably a limited edition. But what we're drinking here is a Bottle Logic. That's the name of the brewing. Bottle Logic Brewing. And it's called Lagerithm. It's an American dark lager. And we are going to...
It is pretty dark,
It's very dark.
Yeah.
So
but it's pretty light as far as alcohol content, right?
yeah, it's for a
very drinkable.
For a pint, it is 4.8%. But yeah, I'd love to check them out. They're in Anaheim, California. So we're gonna check this out in about 3 seconds.
Oh. All right. Cheers.
3, cheers.
Toasts. Sips.
Yeah, sips.
Justin, first impression, go.
Yeah, it's a lager. It's similar to what we had about 3 weeks back. Very like you get those hints of coffee and chocolate. That's what I'm hitting. That's what I'm tasting. But yeah, I like it. But I prefer lagers. I like this, and I love the dark stuff. So yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. It's pretty tasty.
Yeah, it's more of a nighttime. It's not a sipper for right now.
Well, it might be. It's because it's still light. It's a lager, so it's not like super heavy. It's light enough to where I would drink this in the middle of the day, like we are right now.
Like right now, like we are like about 2:14 p.m. What do you think, Eric?
Yeah, I like it. I think it would be a good intro maybe into craft beer. Because I don't think it's like super
Or darker
overwhelming.
beers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like for those who just drink like, oh, I've only had Budweiser and Coors Light.
or
I want to try something fancy.
Shock Top or something, right? Like,
Right.
No, this is really.
Yeah.
A good
I think it would be
introduction
good.
to microbrew.
Yeah. It's not
Yeah.
overwhelming.
It
You
won.
can
It
drink
won the Gold Award in 2014, 2015 for the Great American Beer Festival.
Oh.
So,
I'll agree with that.
Award.
the artwork on this is beautiful.
The artwork is great.
I love it. It's super sci-fi. Like all the artwork on the website is
It's
actually
like
cool.
almost famous, right? Is that
it does
of
kind of.
the-
It does kind of look like. It
Yeah.
looks
Face
like
with the glasses.
the cover of Almost Famous, but like super sci-fi goggles. Like there's something crazy going on. Like she's a scientist and
Yeah,
there's a
what's in
robot.
the reflection of her goggles?
It's like some type of graph going on. Like there's like test goggles, they're like sci-fi goggles, and then there's like a robot in the background going, "Hey, save some for me.
Hey, I'm a robot. I
Hey.
want some beer.
I am a robot.
I like
I am a
robot
Russian."
beers.
It oils my joints.
Yeah, so it's really good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give this on the scale of. Let's give our scale really quick, so people who may not have known. Eric, are you aware of the scale? So we rate everything.
Yes.
Don't go is don't
It's basically a 1 to 5.
yeah
1 to 5?
A don't go is like man and
The one.
or AKA trash juice. Is a don't go.
Trash juice.
Yeah.
I think they
There's-
call that Pruno. Pruno is like prison wine, like toilet wine.
So basically,
worse.
there's never go, don't go, go, let's go, and gotta go.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give this a let's go. Like it's good. I'm not raving yet,
Right.
but I really like it. So
Yeah.
it's a let's go. Name of the show.
I will concur with that.
Yeah. I think so too.
Yeah.
But I would have to say there's probably, if you were just, it is low alcohol. So that means like you're able to drink it somewhat over an extended period of time. If you're
Yeah.
like at a barbecue or something, right?
Mhm.
So would it be worth the cost of the bomber to drink this, say over a 6-pack or a 12-pack?
Like on a price value,
Yeah.
He doesn't
I think-
remember how much he paid.
it was probably about $7. I think. I think so because I'm more about the quality than. Oh man, I don't like to buy beer because like I'm gonna get. I mean,
Right,
it's
you're
nice
not
to get
drinking
more
all day,
Yeah, I'm
even
not,
if-
I'm not trying to get trashed, and B, I'm not like drinking beer because I'm gonna get the most for my money. That's good if it works out that way, but I'd rather try something new. And like I know it's gonna be good. Like if you do like I'd rather spend a little extra money and get the good stuff
Yeah.
than waste it on like
Like
man.
I love that Sierra Nevada Otraves, so I paid the
Yes,
freaking
sir.
$15 for a 12-pack,
Yeah.
which I could have got like a 20-pack of Coors
Yeah.
Light or something, but
No, I think that is actually
wanted to
the
make that-
perfect go-to.
Yeah, I don't see myself
Yeah.
ever buying like cheap beer ever again. Like I don't know the last time I bought something like
There's no need.
Bud Light, Budweiser, or something like that. Like I would say the only thing comparable to that I've purchased was maybe like Pacifico. But I like Pacifico with like tacos
right.
and stuff. And,
Yeah, yeah.
And coming
Little
back from
lime.
Mexico just opened my brain up to it because they had Pacifico there the whole time, and they're like,
We are from Southern California. We still have like certain like cultural things that we
yeah.
identify
But
with,
Pacifico and Mexico taste better the way they
oh
do
yeah,
it. It
dude,
just,
Sayulita, everything down there, just walking down the street with the beer in your hand.
yeah, it's amazing.
You can just walk outside of
freeing
the
about
store,
that.
pop it open, and just
Yeah.
be like, hey,
But
I'm going
just-
to go down to the beach right now.
They say it's
Yeah.
because they recycle their bottles. And he's like, they probably don't clean them so much.
Well,
I'm like, it just,
Yeah.
there's something
can
about it
see
that's
that.
just got to be
best.
careful it wasn't a pee bottle.
What I thought was interesting when I was in Mexico, I was younger. I think this was 2002. For one, it was surprisingly easy to travel internationally after 9/11. I thought it'd be a huge problem. We flew out of Long Beach. There's no issues. It was so smooth as opposed to, say, LAX. We get down to Mexico, and there's just guys that work for Coke and some, whatever beer distribution selling you stuff off the truck.
Huh.
You're like, isn't that pre-ordered? Like, don't stores order things and they expect a certain amount of product to show up? But we
know.
bought cases of beer and soda.
It's different in different countries, man. They don't have regulations. They're
They
like,
may-
oh, this fell off a
As long
truck.
as it's selling, I guess.
So, okay,
You
my
want a
friend.
12-pack that fell off my truck, bro?
That's funny. So, any other thoughts on this? This is good. It's a let's go. I would love to go to Anaheim and check this place out.
Yeah.
So,
See what else they have to offer?
yeah, it looks like they have a good like thing going on, like just with just their ethos
Do
and
they have a
everything.
food menu?
I don't know. They have if you go to their like tasting room. So if you go to bottlelogic.com, you can check them out. But I'm sure they have something, man. Like, you can bring a growler, get it filled up. I don't know. It just looks like they have a tasting room and that's it. I don't think they have I don't think they have food and anything yet. So
we need somebody that drives a limousine or something and just make an Orange County beer tour. Because there's a lot of good breweries out there.
Yeah, that's what we talked about in the last show was the
brewery. We need to go to Bottle Logic.
So we just need to plan it one day on a Saturday.
There's I went on a date down there to this place. I didn't know where we were going. I think it was in Fullerton. I don't even know, but it was like this 2-story indoor thing. And they just had like health food places, different, and they had
the packing house area?
Yeah.
Is that it? Yeah.
That's it. That is it, actually. It was an awesome place. I don't know I don't know what bar it was that I ate at or drank at, but it was really nice. It was
Packing House is nice. That would be actually another place to go. Someone actually told us we should go there earlier on in the show.
Long time ago.
And we just didn't go.
Episode.
We're going to go do that, and then we didn't go. So that was actually Brian Anderson. So if you're listening, Brian, we'll still do that.
At some point.
We'll make that happen at some time. So, all right. So
we're just busy family, man.
Yeah, busy. I'm telling you, dude. Okay, so
I'm not. I'll go.
Yeah, Eric will go. He'll report back.
Eric will give him a reason.
He'll give him a reason to come back on the show. Like, hey, so here's something funny that happened today. Lately, I've been in this like musical mood of like 80s music, but not like 80s like Duran Duran, like synth pop, more like 80s metal.
Yeah, buddy.
And it's not really always my thing, but lately it's just been like I've been jamming to it. And so today I'm on my way over and I was listening to a playlist on Spotify. It was this classic metal, and so Dio, Holy Diver's on, and that's playing, and I'm driving. I got the windows down. It's a nice spring day, we're having a good day. Driving at a stoplight, and I think it's pretty loud. I'm like obnoxiously loud right now because I'm like, I don't care, dude. It's just like
you're one of those guys.
I'm not always that guy, but today I was like, my windows are down, and you're gonna hear it. So,
you're not the guy that you parks or like sitting at a red light behind you with his bass just rattling your head.
Yeah, I ain't that guy.
I hate that.
Yeah, well, if you're by yourself, it's different. But I always see those guys, and they always have some girl with their arms folded, and her eyes are rolling. Like it's just
like, dude, do you want to talk while we're driving?
Yeah. But say if we were all rolling together, and we're like, dude, let's just freaking rock out. Dude, I bet you we can like probably sing along and have a good time. But anywho, so I'm playing it, and people could probably hear it. And there's this girl at the bus stop, and like I caught her in the corner of my eye because it looked like she was like moving around looking. She was actually just crossing. She had legally walked across the street as I was pulling up, and I heard, "Hey," and I was like, "Oh man, is this like lady gonna try to like say, can I get a ride or something?"
Mister.
Like, I think she was a traveler.
Mister.
So I turned the music down a little bit and I kind of look, and she's like, Dio, yeah, and she gave me the horns. So it was kind of cool, and I was like, this is awesome. So I was really excited to share that with you. And then, so as I keep driving up, I'm coming up the street.
Wait, it gets better?
It gets better. So there's this guy, and he's like an older dude. He's probably in his 50s, and he's got a big old white beard, and he's walking with a bag.
Oh, he knows. He knows the deal.
And he's got a big plastic pitchfork in his hand. I don't know why.
Like a Halloween.
It's like red, and it has like smoky gray at the end. Like, it's got like a transition of color. And so I turn, I look at this guy, and he just kind of did this fist pump within the air. He was just like, yeah. So anyway,
it's like, this is perfect.
I thought like this is like the most like
I just found this trident. Now I'm gonna party.
Like, Dio is dead, but he still lives on.
Yep.
Metal lives on. So anyways, I just thought
he united you with two people today.
He did, man. Maybe I should have stopped and said, "Hey, man, you want to hang out? Want to be on a show? Want to hang out and chat with us?" Kelly, I got this homeless dude and possibly a bus rat who wants to hang out with us.
A bus rat.
No offense to bus rats.
He said bus rat.
I don't know what a bus rat is, but
it is now who take public transportation.
Yeah.
It's not a blanket statement.
That's not a judgment. No. It was just, if I don't know if I would want her to like.
Some people are grimy.
Sit on the couch,
a little bit.
Anywho, so it was just funny. I just thought that was funny. So there's been a lot. I just have been having this like a lot of 80s stuff that's been kind of coming through. I've been showing my kids 1980s wrestling videos. My younger son, he's 4, and I don't know where he got it, but he always goes, "You can't see me," which is a wrestling thing from a wrestler, John Cena. And I was like, you guys got to learn about the
rapper?
Stuff. No. Well, yeah, he's the rapper. He's like, that's his persona. He's like the rapper wrestler. And so he kind of comes out to this rap song, and he's just, whatever. But he's like one of the most famous wrestlers right now. But I was showing the kids like old time stuff, like Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, like
The good stuff.
The good stuff.
The heyday.
Yeah.
Who do you guys remember?
Andre the
WWF.
Giant was
Yeah.
cool.
Andre. See, I showed him a Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant cage match, and they're just like, he doesn't do anything, Dad, because he didn't. He was just slow. He's more of a
He's a
spectacle.
big old man.
Yeah. Who do you guys remember? Who was your favorites from back then? WWF, not WWE.
Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, Ultimate Warrior.
Excuse me.
Macho Man. Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
Macho Man.
I think I met him once.
What?
There was, when I was growing up, I was raised on different military bases. And in 29 Palms, my uncle was the head of, at least at the time, or part of this thing called MWR, which is Morale, Welfare, and Recreation.
Okay.
I don't know what it's called now. I think it's changed. But basically, they were the ones that kept up on like anything that had to do with the entertainment of the Marines. And dude, there was a pro wrestling, and I think it was British Bulldog
Oh yeah.
and Bret Hart. Maybe this was like
Yeah.
94.
British Bulldog and Bret Hart were brother-in-law, so they would travel together.
Okay, so they were performing for the Marines.
Yeah, WWF
and it was a
used
cool
to do a lot of
thing,
military stuff.
but it was not glitzy or fancy. Like even their uniforms, like were kind of janky. So I was like, oh, they're just working right now. Like they're not on TV or any of
yeah.
that. They're just coming to work.
Yeah.
So
That's
it wasn't cool, but it was still cool.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
Most of those guys are always wearing like fanny packs and stuff all the time. They're like, I can't wear regular pants. I got to put on my fanny pants.
Love the fannies, man.
Yeah, fanny packs. But yeah, so they were like losing
Dude,
their minds over
Hacksaw
it.
Jim Duggan. That was my ultimate favorite.
The guy, he had the 2x4, right?
Always carried around
Yeah.
a 2x4
Yeah.
and put his thumb up and was like,
Oh, yeah. Dude, I'm telling you.
Did they write their own characters?
Sometimes there was lines, depending on who you were. Like,
I think it was just
'Cause that's
steroids
interesting.
and cocaine, and they're like, go have fun. It's pretty much.
dude, I'm telling you, you'll crack up if you
Dude,
watch.
that's why all of them are dead now.
Yeah.
So-
Oh, man,
that was
super
the other
young.
thing. My son was asking, like, well, where's he at now? And I'm like, oh, man, he's not around anymore. Like, the only one who's still around
heart
is
failure.
like
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan and like $1 Million Man. Everybody else is dead. Macho Man, dead. Ultimate Warrior got into the Hall of Fame last year or 2 years ago. Died the next week
day.
or something or the next day it was.
Jeez.
And so like all the greats, because I just don't think people are as good. Like The Rock has been like the most like, he's just good on the mic, and he's transitioned being a wrestler into like
Yeah.
an actor now, and like, or Stone Cold
Actor.
and stuff. Actor, the actor.
It seems like in any form of entertainment,
Yeah.
your window is small.
Yeah. Well, especially in wrestling, it's so physical. So it's funny is when
You better learn another hustle.
well,
You don't learn.
here's
Is what
the
it
thing.
seems.
Wrestling, wrestling, WWE. Like what I noticed is the guys that didn't really either you put a lot of like stress on your body, like jumping through tables and off of ladders and stuff, and those guys
chemicals,
they got a
too.
shelf life, right? And so then they medicate and they get addicted
Yeah.
and stuff like that. They're on the road all the time. But then there's the guys like
They're all so big.
yeah. Well, there's the guy Mick Foley. You remember Mick Foley? Have
No.
you heard of him? He was he had a couple different personas, and he was like this guy called Dude Love. He was a hippie guy. He was Mankind. He just had this like leather mask, and
Were they all at random? Like, oh, he's like
it just depended.
multi-personality
Like
disorder guy.
sometimes they would do that, and sometimes he just started off in this thing called ECW. He was Cactus Jack, and so he would throw tacks on the ground. Anyways, so what was funny as
brutal.
he became Mankind because he travels these different like divisions, so he became Mankind. He's basically this weirdo guy. Mick Foley was a bigger dude. He wasn't like in shape, but anyways, he came across this gimmick where he put a sock on his hand and he called it Mr. Socko, and people loved it. And like he made this, like he wrote an autobiography and he became this book.
Did it have a face on it and stuff?
Yeah, he wrote a face. He's like, "Hey, Mr. Socko," and like what he would do
awesome.
is just that was his
Mr.
signature
Hat.
move, and people would lose their mind. So he pulled the sock out of his pants, put it on his hand, and he'd like do a mandible claw in person. So basically, putting pressure on your tongue and putting you down. So that was his move, and then he teamed up with The Rock, and they were the Rock and Sock connection. It was just really stupid, but it was like. He went from like jumping off of cages, lighting things on fire, and getting hit until like he was like, man, if all I had to do was put a sock in my hand, and people would find me like funny and amusing, I would have done that like 10, 15 years ago. So anyways,
Save him on a
if you
couple
can
back
get,
surgeries
If you
or
can
something.
get like if you can get a big pop or reaction off of a really easy move like Hulk Hogan, he didn't really do anything huge. He ripped his shirt off. That's what my kids are trying to do last night.
Wasn't
They were
he like a line piled? What is it? Where you just and you
They did. I mean,
run
that's
at
all the
them with
typical
their-
moves. But his big move was the big boot to the face. His big move. So he'd throw you off the ring, and all he did was lift his leg up to the face and then do a leg driver on you. And that was like kind of his move, you know? He wasn't doing, he's going to do a hurricanrana off the top rope, you know? And like, same with The Rock. The Rock, he just was good at showcasing it. He did this thing called a people's elbow. Have you ever seen that?
No.
So all he did,
probably, but
he would like get somebody on the ground and he would just pull. He'd like do this like smell in the air. He'd smell the air. You know, it's electrifying. So he was just really good on the mic, and he'd pull off his elbow. And it would be funny because sometimes if he's done it twice, his elbow pad, if it wasn't there, he'd like look and like just do it, and he'd run across the ropes and drop an elbow. And there's nothing super physical on that. Like, so he has way more like mileage out of his body. Anywho, that being said, the 80s WWF
plus he's like
best.
a real athlete.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
I'm not saying those guys aren't, but I mean, he was like a collegiate football player.
Some
I
of
think
these guys, man, like they just beat their bodies up. But anywho, the old school guys are the best, dude. You're never gonna get. There was something magical about that time of the '80s wrestlers, where we're like, you had Coco Beware, you had Demolition. Remember the Bushwhackers, the Australian guys? Okay, cousin, they're licking each other's heads. My dad loved those guys. Like, did you ever see it live?
No,
man,
just that time at on the base.
Oh man, I remember I made it on TV one time with my sign. I was like, yeah. I was on the news, and this was actually like late 2000s. I went to WrestleMania 2000, and I was on the news, and I liked Triple H. He was like my favorite, so I made a sign. And everyone liked The Rock, and the guy was like, "You don't like The Rock?" I was like, "The Rock sucks," and he was like, "Get over here!" And so he put me on, and he was like, "All right, just stare at the light," and it was so bright. And he was just asking me stuff. He's like, "Why do you like Triple H?" And I'm like, "He's the game." And I was just, because he called himself the game. I am the game, you know. And so on the news that night, they got my information, but for whatever reason, they didn't use my name. They interviewed all these people, and it was like, you know, Joe Stevens and Phil something. And it said, for me, it said crazed wrestling fan. I wish it was on a VHS somewhere. I wish I had that. Anyways.
See if you can find it on the internet. It's probably somewhere on the internet.
Oh my gosh, I hope so, because it was fun. It was all crazed wrestling fan. So anyways.
Just Google it, see if it pops up.
I just love that time, dude. So it's fun showing my kids that. That's a treasure. Show your kids. 80s, YouTube's the best.
But if you saw before that too, I think I've seen like different documentaries or whatever, if it ESPN, I don't know. But before the 80s, it was still like a grassroots thing.
Oh yeah.
So it looks like the 80s was like the peak.
80s was
where
like
they dialed in on the performances.
Vince McMahon.
Yeah, Vince McMahon. Well, but in the 90s they kind of changed it. The ratings went crazy in the 90s, so it blew up big. Late 90s, early 2000s. It's still kind of consistent now, but it like went 80s was like whoa, and then it kind of dipped. And then they had this ratings war with another like a wrestling like federation, which they ended up buying out, which kind of killed like their competition.
I remember that the WCW.
Yeah, WCW.
I think,
like it was like the NWO versus like WWF.
Do they still make video games of that stuff, right?
Oh yeah, dude. It sells because there's like they own all the merchandising to it now. So WWF can sell ECW, CW, you know. Anywho,
all the FG,
all that stuff. So I love it, dude. I'm like,
get that monopoly.
Yeah, man. So wrestling, dude. Sorry about that. I was just like having an 80s like kind of nostalgia. Tangent. So let's talk about a little bit of music, Kelly.
Yeah.
Who'd you get to go see, man?
Who did I get to go see?
Didn't you see Circa Survive?
Did I see Circa Survive? Yeah. Yes, I did.
Oh, I was like, I thought you would.
You should know you were there or not there.
You were there, bro.
Maybe he had such a good time he forgot. Oh, yeah.
No. Christy and I went to the Shrine Expo Hall, not the Shrine Auditorium, but same place, but different.
Which is one's outdoor, one's indoor, right?
No, they're both indoor.
I saw a show over the summer and it was outdoor. It was at the Shrine, right next to USC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was in the parking lot though.
Huh, interesting.
Anyways, sorry.
It was the Expo Hall. It was Circa Survive on Letting Go 10-year anniversary tour. So they played the album from front to back.
In order?
In order.
Nice.
Very cool, very, very, very cool stage, like stage setup, the production. Because, you know, if anyone's seen On Letting Go, like the cover has a big, like, crazy cartoon balloon.
Yeah.
They had these two balloons on the side that they actually did, like, projection mapping on it.
Cool. Yeah.
So they had, like, graphics going on these, like, three-dimensional balloons, and, like, every song they would change, crazy laser lights and all that. But it sounded good.
There's actually a video up on our YouTube page.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's
so
a video on our
YouTube
YouTube page. Or Instagram. Did we put it on the Instagram?
No, I didn't. I just put it on the YouTube page.
All right, YouTube page.
I have a question about.
I have an answer, maybe.
About them. I think you do. Something that I've noticed about Circa Survive is that they have a consistency. Like their mixes on their records sound like you can tell it's them, even if the singer's not singing. Like they have a really good sound, a really good mix. Yeah. How does that translate?
It was good. The guitar. I mean, it was mostly like guitar tones. Like they have their guitars. I think that's like the very distinctive thing about them. The only thing that really kind of iffed me a little bit was just the singer's like banter in between. He was just saying really stupid stuff, and I was kind of like, I can't repeat half of it because it wasn't very child appropriate. And there were kids in the audience. I could see parents that brought their kids with earmuffs and stuff, and he's up there.
That's always funny.
Like, I mean, that's fine. You know, like
when we were
whatever.
dating, we saw them, and now.
Yeah, exactly. It was a good show, though. I'm a little sad that we got there late, so I didn't see Me Without You.
Oh, I love Me Without You.
Oh, that would have been great.
I forgot what the...
I didn't even know they were...
I forgot the name of the...
Turnover was the other band.
Turnover. Yeah. We didn't see either of them. We were, we had to get the kid under wraps, get the sitter here, and, get all that arranged. So we literally pulled in the parking lot, got into the expo hall, and they started like 10 minutes later. Circa did.
Is this like reunion stuff? Because wasn't there some pretty long breaks for Circa Survive and Me Without You, right?
I don't know if Me Without You broke up or anything.
Yeah, I don't know about Me Without You.
But
maybe I broke up. I'm the one that left the scene.
I just don't think they toured much because they've put out like 3 or 4 albums since On Letting Go.
Yeah.
And they're all pretty good. I wish they would have done a few more like after album songs, but they didn't really do.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. So Anthony Green left, went back to Seosin.
Yeah.
That's what he's currently doing, but then they just kind of regrouped for...
Yeah.
So that's cool, I guess, 10 years. I mean, people love these like reunion, like 10-year anniversary shows.
It's genius.
Yeah.
I was telling Eric...
I like him too.
Yeah. No, it's cool. Like, remember we saw Thursday for full collapse, was it?
For Full Collapse.
Yeah.
That was cool.
They also didn't play after, though. They played literally the record and bounced.
Yeah, which is kind of weird.
I was like, Under Oath is the headliner, which I didn't know Under Oath at the time.
Yeah,
so it didn't make any sense to me.
It wasn't even a good version of Under Oath. It was like not the full band. Because remember, so we saw Coheed and Cambria, and we saw In Keeping Secrets of Silent Earth, tour,
that'd been rad.
10 years. And they played other stuff. Once they finished the record, then they played, and that show was freaking... I thought it was awesome.
Was it downtown?
Yeah, it was at the RMA. So it was cool, man. But... here's what's funny. 10 years ago was the last time I saw Circa Survive. It was when this record came out.
Wow.
I saw him with Thrice when Thrice was doing the Alchemy Index.
Small world.
At the House of Blues. And I remember I was so impressed by them like live because they didn't have a big setup, but they were just so entertaining like live.
Showmanship. He was
band, dude.
Anthony Green and everybody was
still
killing it. But yeah, his just that was my only nitpick. If I had a nitpick, like the banter in between, I could have done without.
Yeah.
That was really kind of like,
Yeah, I don't remember them having much banter before, but
that's happened when I've seen other bands where it's like, all right, man, like we know what you...
Yeah.
We feel what you're about. We get it.
I'm proud of you. You can say swear words. It's cool.
Right.
Good job.
Play your songs.
play your stupid songs, man.
Play stupid music, please.
Stupid. So, what was the record that came out afterward though? Was it Blue Sky Noise?
That's where I got into them.
Was awesome.
I was like, it may have even been you that introduced me to him.
Probably,
as a matter of fact.
Like they did On Letting Go with Brian McTernan, which is he's a good producer. He's made some really good records. He's worked with Hot Water Music and all that stuff. But then on Blue Sky Noise, they went with Rich Costey, and that dude is. I heard he's awesome though. Like as a producer, he still shows up into the studio with a suit and tie on.
Really? He's going to work,
he's a professional.
Yeah. He's legit, dude.
He did early Mars Volta, right?
Probably. He's done a lot of stuff.
I want to say that he did, and
he's done Jimmy World. He's done
Sugar Rose.
Sorry,
Jack.
You said sugar. Sugar.
What's that? 4.8.
What was that?
But yeah, so that was a good show. If I had to rate, I'd just say let's go. It was good, solid.
Yeah, if you can still get them, they're probably still touring right now.
Yeah, they're probably still going. I think
because I know they're reissuing On Letting Go in May. Like they're supposed to be remastered and other tracks and stuff. So. So that's cool.
Yeah, they did play
so
a couple
bummed.
songs that said like we recorded this when we recorded the album. It wasn't on the album though, so they played a couple. I guess technically a couple other songs, but it wasn't like, they didn't play like anything from Blue Sky Noise.
I'm
or
gonna
anything,
jam
to my
out on that
recollection,
record.
at least.
On the way home today.
You what?
I'm gonna jam out on that record on the way home.
Yeah.
Hopefully some people.
The sound.
Hopefully there's pitchforks.
It sounded pretty good. I'm very picky with sound, and it's a big long hall. The expo hall is a big long room, so like some of the stuff didn't translate as good as I would have liked to have heard it.
Yeah.
But I could tell that they were.
It's because of the room.
They were doing well,
more
yeah.
than their performance.
Right.
Here's what I appreciate about Kelly. Kelly has a good ear for, obviously that's his wheelhouse, his sound and stuff. But I love that you know who the producers are, and like it just kind of adds a little bit more to like, oh, it's, of a record coming out, like, well, that's that guy's sound, and that's why they went for that person. So I appreciate that.
So that's one thing I do kind of like about Rich Costi, though. He doesn't have a sound. You can't go like, oh, that's a Rich Costi record.
Really?
You usually hear it and you're like, oh.
So maybe
because what's the Block Party record? The plain white from Silent Alarm or something like that.
Yeah, Sound the Alarm. Wait, is it Sound the Alarm?
Silent Alarm. I don't know.
With
Whatever.
Helicopter.
Yeah. You know which one I'm talking about. He did that record.
Okay.
And then he did like Circa Survive, Blue Sky Noise.
Okay.
So like two very different records.
Yeah, but
And
he's able to bring out your sound. I think maybe that's what.
Yeah,
what I would pull
that's
from
to
it.
me that's a sign of a good producer. It's
Yeah.
not just like, oh, you can tell I did this, so and so did this record.
Yeah.
I mean, they're also good producers, but you know.
Yeah.
Anyways, neither here nor there.
Yeah, no, but that's good though. I think that I just like that going a little deeper on the record. Like, oh, here's what so and so brought to it.
A
Like,
little deeper.
yeah, it's not about me because like I'm here to listen to this artist, But there's some dudes like I think Rick Rubin does the same thing. He just like I'm gonna do what's best for you,
Right.
Like he did it even with Johnny
He's a
Cash.
good producer.
He's like these records are gonna be your best records of your entire life.
Right?
But they're still your records.
Yeah, they're still your records,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna make you the best you that you are.
Anybody
Right.
that can record Slayer, Rain and Blood,
Yeah, right.
and,
Jay-Z.
and then right on to
And then-
Jay-Z and then Beastie Boys and Johnny Cash, and still like all of them being awesome, solid records.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man.
Definitely. Yeah, man.
That's a good producer.
Heck yeah. So yeah, he's done actually.
Yeah.
I'm looking him up right now. He's actually done a lot of cool stuff. He's done Fiona Apple, Jane's Addiction.
Rich Costi?
Yeah.
Which Fiona Apple record?
When the Pawn.
that's a
first
good
one.
record.
Yeah. So, Jane's Addiction. I never.
I think that was Jack
New Jane's
Irons on
Addiction. I'm
drums.
kind of done on that. I haven't really listened to Jane's Addiction, but yeah. Okay, so the Block Party record was Silent Alarm. You're right. And he did the 2008 Weezer record, the black one.
Mm-hmm.
So cool. Or was it the red one? I think it was the red album.
Uh,
No, they just start doing everything by color now. So yeah, I think that was the red one.
Something I appreciate too about seeing bands that have been in the business like a long time, and you go to see them perform, is when they're not lazy. Because I think that happens to bands that they lose their hunger because they've been fed. They know what they're doing. They're in the business. They're not like struggling anymore. There's a lot of
feel
wisdom.
like they're there just making money.
Yeah, they're at work as opposed to there to entertain you. They're just like,
Right.
oh, I'm at, I got to do this thing on the thing, and then I got to go home and still mow the lawn. I don't know who mows the lawn at 2 a.m, but no, it's nice to see bands that are veterans still just killing it live.
Yeah.
Act like they care about their money. It's
Yeah.
nice.
They definitely did a great job. So I'll give it a solid let's go. And,
Awesome.
I think that was about the only live music I've seen lately.
Yeah. We need to step up that. There's so many good shows coming out. There's that Morrissey AFI thing that's coming out.
Dude, I would love to go to that, but come on with these ticket prices.
Oh, how much
Even-
is that? I didn't
even-
even look it up.
A 2-day pass is like $300.
What? Are you kidding me?
If you want to go Saturday by itself, it's $100, and then like Sunday.
No one
is
told
like-
me this.
Is it a
Sunday's-
festival?
Yeah, Sunday's
they're playing
like,
at?
Sunday's like $75.
Are you kidding me? The When We Were Young deal?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. It's Morrissey, Descendants, AFI, Cage the Elephant, Taking Back Sunday, Alkaline Trio, Streetlight Manifesto, like
Moving Units.
Silverson Pickup, Moving Units. Oh man, dude. Maybe Moving Units can get us in. Dave Bazan will be there. Pinback.
Dave Bazan.
Dude, I haven't
Hey.
seen Pinback in a long time.
Dave Bazan.
Yeah.
He put out a new record
I feel
too,
like it's
which I need
Bazan.
Oh,
is
did
it
he?
Bazan
Right
or Bazan? What do you think?
to-
He-
Bazan or
Well,
Bazan.
he actually said it.
Yeah.
He addressed that situation.
Did he?
And I still forgot.
Yeah, we still forget it.
The mystery continues.
I don't think it matters.
Yeah, I don't think he cares. He's just like, you're here, so that's cool.
But I want to do that Deftones Thrice show. And there's another
I
band
forgot
playing with
about
them.
that.
Yeah. I forget when that's going to be.
I know I'm going to see A Perfect Circle just because my wife is like,
She loves that stuff.
loves it. So I know that's one thing we have.
I think July 7th was the date.
I saw Sturgill Simpson is playing at the Greek. I totally want to go do that. Cool venue, great band.
Is the Greek outside?
Yeah. That's where I saw Deftones last time.
So good.
Is that the backside of
The observatory?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's so good.
It's so
It's a
good.
rad
It's one of my
spot.
favorite outdoor venues.
Yeah. I think every spot there is great. It's really set up well. So,
I want to do that.
yeah, man,
so
the
good.
Greek.
I go hiking up there sometimes. I'm like, man, how are there venues in LA I've never been to? But it's just
Especially
true
the Greek.
that
The
there's
Greek's
a lot
like
I've never been
actually.
to the Hollywood Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh,
say
really?
that.
I've been to Hollywood
Me
Bowl.
neither.
Wow. Have you been to like the Palladium?
I think so.
Palladium.
Yeah.
Is it changed?
No, Palladium's
There's a-
indoors, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
indoors and
I
they
saw
have
Kill
the-
Switch there.
They have like a mezzanine and balcony there.
Yeah.
My favorite is like I love the Troubadour because it's so small
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it just feels like you're so intimate there. It's not about lights; it's about the band's here, and I'm gonna feel them sweat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Sweat,
so,
baby.
Yeah,
Anyways, yeah. So there's tons of good concerts coming up, and
yeah.
you know,
It's concert season, man. So who's got to jump on that?
it's wedding season.
Yeah.
It also is wedding season.
And it's also
Yeah.
I've gotten like
summer movie season.
Yeah.
which starts in March now. As of 2016, it's summer. Seriously, like they say, the summer
Spring
movie
movies?
season starts in March now.
All right. Well,
Well, when it's 90 degrees,
Right? Yeah, it's
that's
just
stupid.
it
We're
used
in
to be
summer
like
now.
all the blockbusters come out like May. It was like that first weekend of May, big movie starts, But now, like, you can put a movie out in November and it can make $1 billion. So they
Yeah.
just said the summer movie season has started in March, and so
it's like festival season for bands.
Yeah,
They hit
exactly.
those circuits. So what does that mean exactly? Is it always kind of like action adventure movies or
it's usually
what? Where does it
tentpole,
fall
like
in?
stuff that franchise stuff that like, oh man, like Kong Skull Island just came out like this weekend. That's usually like a summer film, but they're like, man, look, there's so much now. Is this they have to spread it out? Is why it's like.
What do you think they're basing it off of? Like temperaments of people? Like, winter is the love movies that come out, or the
winter
romantic
tends
comedies?
to be like a dump for Oscar contenders. They want to get it before people's eyes and stuff, or movies that are like, man, this is gonna be a bomb. Put it out in February. February is not usually wasn't a big strong theatrical release month, but we got Lego Batman, which. That movie was really fun. Whether you have kids or you like Batman, it was just a fun movie, which we talked about that on the comic show. So if you want to hear about that's where that was. But like summer movie season is now, and it's just they just need to be able to have more space because every month there's something huge coming out, like Logan, which we're going to talk about, King Kong, there's a whole bunch more stuff. There's like Beauty and the Beast, or the live action version of that's coming out.
Oh
And it's
yeah,
just, like, Wonder Woman, Power Rangers. It's just all summer long. It's like every like 3 weeks there's a new movie dropping.
is that a good thing that they put out a Power Rangers?
No.
It looks
That's
like
not a good
trash
thing?
juice, dude.
Looks like
Here, I
remember it being very, very cheesy in the 90s when it was like a show.
Yeah, but I think
right?
that's what was charming about it. Like I would watch it after school sometimes. Like I'm gonna watch Power Rangers.
Be
I
like,
had a
you just
thing.
got ninja kicked in the face and you're like from some other place.
Yeah, it was just stupid. Like they took some like Japanese footage of something and repurposed it here, and I watched it with my kid.
I think
they
it made like
they
a
still make it.
$1 trillion.
They just have different iterations of it. It's like
Yeah.
ninjas or the samurais or this. Anyways, just keeps going. But this thing looks awful, to be honest. Like I'm down if they were gonna make a movie, which they did make Power Rangers movies. They made 2 of them. Like when
they already had.
when it was like the height of it, but it was connected to the show. This stuff just doesn't look. I don't know. Watch it make $1 billion. I don't know.
Probably will.
To me, it looks like trash. I don't think it will, dude. I think it's gonna bomb.
Yeah, that's true. I guess Power Rangers isn't like the thing that parents reminisce about. Like, I loved Power Rangers growing up. It's like, oh, I love Power Rangers.
I don't know, man. Like I think people a little younger than me
Here's
might be
Lego
like,
sounds
oh,
better.
I love Power Rangers, but
yeah.
I don't know. Like,
Kids in their 20s now were like, oh, heck yeah, Power Rangers.
yeah, so maybe I don't know, but
we're like, no.
for me, I'm like,
Nah.
that was crap, dude.
Nah. Anyways, let's cut to
Let's
cut the
cheese.
cheese.
Let's pop our claws. Whoosh, schnickety snickety. So, all right, Logan Kelly. You didn't see Logan, so we're going to spoil it. Actual
I did not.
spoilers are going to be happening.
I don't care about spoilers.
Okay.
So hook me up.
So-
Spoil it like doo-doo in the toilet.
So
I care about spoiled milk.
Yeah, spoiled milk is the only.
Not good. Trust me.
The spoilers on movies? Okay. Okay, Kelly, what are your thoughts, buddy?
I have now seen it twice.
Wow.
Because I went with Justin the first time, and then my wife still hadn't seen it, and she was kind of having a sad look on her face, and so we had a date night last night, and we went to see it again. We forewent seeing John Wick 2, and went to go see that. I still want to see it, but anyways, saw Logan again. So I'm gonna say a very strong let's go and a half.
Ooh.
I'm not gonna say gotta go.
Yeah.
Is it like let's go? Like go?
It's on the top side of that.
Yeah,
it's
it's
very
like-
close to it's very close to a gotta go. It's a good movie.
It's like, we should go, but eat dinner first.
It had everything. It had, had humor, had badassery. Pardon my French. It had the feels, had the dad feels.
Yeah,
at the
dad
end.
feels all over the place.
Feels are legit for men. They need to know that.
Yeah, have some feels, man. Hey, if Wolverine
Love
can have
your
feels,
wife. Tell her. Tell your kids you love them.
love your kids.
Right? But anyways,
Yeah.
it was a
Enough
awesome.
about them feels.
Yeah.
Touched on it next.
no more feelings. All around, it was an awesome flick.
Yeah.
I would definitely say go for those who are Marvel fans, or just go if you like cool action movies with humor. And
I feel like a lot of people have been invested into this. I mean, Hugh Jackman's been Wolverine for 17 years. Like, him whether you like X-Men's or comics or not. You're like, oh, there's a Wolverine.
What was he doing before that?
Well, this one to me poops on
Been around
all
a
the
long
other
time?
Wolverine movies.
Oh yeah, dude. Hugh Jackman lucked out on this because he originally wasn't cast for this movie. This other dude was, and this other guy, Doug Ray Scott, was cast, but he had a scheduling conflict for Mission Impossible 2. And so
Mission Impossible 2.
yeah, Mission Impossible.
Oh,
2.
you're talking about the whole Logan franchise.
the whole-
Yeah. No, I'm
Oh,
talking
wow.
about when
Okay, I thought you
X-Men
meant
came out.
this movie.
No,
That
when
happens a
X-Men
lot,
came out.
though.
Yeah. Well, what happened? So then
Or
they-
like, no, that script is garbage. I'm not doing it. And then it turns into
Some
like
guys
the
are
biggest.
eh.
Yeah.
So he was just a theater actor in Australia, but then Russell Crowe was up for it as well, and he was like, I don't want it. Use Hugh Jackman. I'm paraphrasing the story. That's how he got it. So that's why in the X-Men movie he's not as ripped because he wasn't prepped. Like he doesn't look super like ripped up as Wolverine. He's just kind of like, oh, there's a dude with no shirt on. Probably put that shirt back on. And then the X-Men 2 comes out, he's a little more ripped, and then he just keeps like
Getting more
killing
jacked.
it, dude. Every time you're like, he's just getting stronger. But,
Yeah.
I wrote a review for it. We talked about it in the parking lot. Like, what is it? And I was going back and forth, and I just kind of came down to the decision of it's a gotta go, not because it's the most amazing film, but I think because of what it means. It symbolizes like the end of him being Wolverine, and like kind of I feel like if you're a fan of this stuff, you probably should see it because it's more than just like a movie. It says something. And so just to kind of put a cap on it, like I think it's a gotta go. A lot of cool stuff going on in that movie.
So
But I
is it
do have-
transitioning into something else?
Is he?
Like the characters?
I
or
think he's just done. He's like, I've done it for 17 years.
Oh, as an actor, he's not doing it anymore.
They're leaving. I think they're leaving it open for the kids because
Yeah.
at the end there's a bunch of mutant kids.
Yeah.
Because at this time, at this period in time, spoiler a little bit.
Yeah.
At this point in the timeline, they've like pretty much done away with all the mutants.
Yeah,
So
they've
like
all
all the
died.
old X-Men, they've all died or whatever.
Oh.
And he and Professor X
Yeah.
and Caliban are like pretty much the only remaining mutants. But then they find out that they were making.
Did you say Taliban?
Caliban?
There's a guy named Caliban. And the Taliban there. What?
Right. No, but then they found out that there was this doctor making mutants out of kids in Mexico or something.
Yeah,
And
with
so
like mutant
with
blood
mutant
samples
blood.
and stuff. And
so obviously they made a girl with Wolverine's blood, so she's
his
his
genetic
daughter.
DNA. And so, yeah. So here's the thing. There are a couple of things I had issues with. I didn't like X-24, like the clone of Wolverine.
Yeah.
I thought that was hokey as all crap because
We don't know enough about cloning yet.
yeah. Well, it just felt like
We don't have that
I was
technology.
hoping Sabretooth would come back from like his original villain. That's like his arch nemesis. And so like if they're gonna close it out, they should have been like, and he's back and he's working for that guy Pierce or that guy Pierce. They could have built him up a little more because he kind of sucked. Like I wish Pierce killed Professor X. That's what I was hoping.
Yeah.
Because I think the way Professor X.
Indirectly, he did.
Indirectly, yeah, but it was just like it was a clone of Logan. That kind of sucks. And then it freaking comes back again. I was like, I didn't want to see him fight him again. But there is just a couple issues that if I wanted to be critical, I would just give it a go. But the other stuff kind of like makes up for.
It had redemptions.
Yeah. I mean, it was good.
Factors.
Here's the thing: Hugh Jackman has always showed up as Wolverine. Like whatever movie it was, he's been good. Like he's always good, no matter how terrible the film's been. Like X-Men 3, probably the worst X-Men movie. But he showed up. He was good in it, you know? So overall, I give it a gotta go with reservations.
So you're pretty much where I'm in. Like,
I'm where you're at.
Let's go in 3/4.
Yeah. Yeah, you know.
Almost there.
The written review says gotta go. I won't adjust it,
All
but
right.
I think I see what you're saying, Kelly.
Okay.
And I agree.
Can I zoom out of that movie specifically
Yeah.
and get
Zoom away.
into like the
four
superhero
genres.
genre?
Yeah.
Is that what you would call it?
Yeah. It's a
Question
genre
it
to
up.
itself.
I never cared about any of this stuff. I think as soon as I started playing drums and like consciously was like, the opinion of girls is far more important than any of my own interests beyond drums. I lost touch with a lot of this because when I was in elementary school, I did have comic books, but I think I wasn't critically thinking through these things. And recently I started watching this YouTube page of a psychologist that had this insane breakdown of Pinocchio, like 8 hours, dude. Like it's awesome.
Yeah.
So, and then there's something else on this other children's story and the depth of these things and how deeply heroes and villains and evil and redemption and all that, how it actually, it's older than written language, these themes.
Yeah.
Like it's encoded in us almost. So someone who's never gotten into it, and I think we've had this conversation over the years, like, oh, there's a Batman coming out, or there's a this, or there's a that. Like, we should all get together. And I'm like, I think I'll stay home or just literally do anything else. But maybe I should invest into these things because now I'm starting to actually break down the value that they have, especially for kids. They need to see, right? These kind of bigger things. And what do you think about that?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I'm not much of a comic book guy myself. Like I never read comic books. I know almost nothing about them, but I love the movies and stuff. So that's where like the dichotomy with this show actually helps because Justin's like a total comic book nerd. I know nothing about it.
I love comics.
I love my comics.
Yeah. Well, but here's what's interesting is Kelly, not a comic guy, but he's really pumped on the shows and like the movies and stuff. And so it just kind of shows that it's kind of like the stigma you had, because it's fine, we call it a stigma, kind of is permeating the general audiences. Now they're like, these are just good movies, and you're connecting somehow. Like you can go into like a female clothing store and they've got girl shirts of Spider-Man and Wolverine, like just kind of like vintagey looking shirts, and the girls will wear it. Like I grew up loving this stuff, read comics through like grade school all the way through high school. I just didn't care. It was just kind of like, I like Batman. Like, you know, even in my yearbook, people are like, you have a good summer, Batman. You know, like, oh, okay, that's fine. Like, I just always have liked it. And I just was like, whatever, I don't care. Like the girl I dated in high school, she loved Wolverine. Like we would go to the toy store and she'd buy Wolverine toys. It was just kind of a funny thing to do, you know?
Yeah.
But, I hear what you're saying. Like people they want a story of good versus evil. And like there is, when you can oversimplify it and make, it's a kiddie thing, you know, like it's just for kids and whatever. But then if you go into the psychology of it, like,
even children's stories are not simple.
Yeah. There's layers there, man.
Yeah.
Like villains, like good
very
villains
complicated.
are the heroes of their story, you know, like most villains that are good, especially in these like Marvel movies and DC movies, they're just like, well, my idea is right and yours is wrong. If they're just being bad to be bad, that gets old after a while. But if they're like, no, they have a character arc too, that makes it a little more interesting and relatable, because you might go, dang, dude, you know what? Dr. Octopus is a bad dude, but he's just trying to save his wife. Like, why is Spider-Man being such a dick? You know?
And and people know what it's like to fly off a handle.
Yeah.
And that's something that this particular psychologist says is like,
You need about Pinocchio. Man, sometimes you just gotta lie.
you need to know your depth.
Yeah.
You have the potential to lose it,
Yeah.
really lose it. And you could, I mean, he didn't say this, but you really can end up a villain pretty quickly, depending on the situation that puts you in it.
Going back to the Logan movie, like, as you know, Logan usually, like, he's got quick temper, right? Quick temper, and he can lose his crap very easily. And so in this movie, he just seems a little more tempered. Because if it was like 10 years ago and there's some bad guys, you're gonna lose your arm. Like in this movie, he keeps telling people, "Hey, it's not worth it, guys." Like in the beginning, remember the gangbangers, and they're like trying to steal his wheels, and he's like, "Not worth it, guys. You know, don't do this." And then they're like, "Whatever, fool." And he's just like, he just snaps, and he goes into berserker mode, and he's just cutting arms off, stabbing heads, and I mean, these guys are stupid too. Because
So this is a R-rated movie.
this is an R. Yeah, don't bring. If you bring your kids, you're stupid. You should just get slapped and go home. But
It's like bringing your kid to Deadpool.
yeah, don't bring your kids. to
Right,
Deadpool.
right.
But,
I did see that one.
So like some dude straight up shoots him with a shotgun. He goes down. And they're like, whatever, let's take these wheels. Then he gets back up. At that point, the dude gets up. I'm out. But then knives pop out of his hands, like snickety snick.
It's time to go.
Yeah, and they're still trying to fight him. And by the way, now he's sliced up a few of your friends, cut off arms, cut off hands. Like they've done this numerous times in the
That's
movie.
not real. People would run.
Oh, dude, yeah, you'd spurt.
Better.
I love when the claw would go into a face and you'd see it. Oh, dude,
Brutal.
they've never done that, and you've always wanted that in an X-Men movie. But it's just because it's PG-13 stuff like that. You just have to like.
Do they write to the rating, or do they just make the film and then chop it up? What do you think?
It depends. Some movies they go, oh, here you get presented before the board, the rating board, and like, man, you got to cut some of that blood out, and that claw can't see it. PG-13. You say F word, it's an R. So with this one,
Does it depend on the director, the
depends on
writers,
director
like their
and studio.
direction?
Since Deadpool made so much money, that movie was R. Like they had a low budget and they didn't expect a huge return, but it made it made a lot of money. It like did almost as well as, or I think it did better than Batman versus Superman, which is the two biggest names of superheroes, right?
Yeah.
But you have Deadpool, not commonly known. It made so much money. It connected. So it gave the Wolverine production a little more like carte blanche to like do whatever you want, dude. And so, and it had a lower budget too. It didn't have a huge budget, but it's kind of like it's win-win, like for us.
Yeah.
It's the last Wolverine movie that we're saying right now, last Hugh Jackman, so people are going to come see it. So bump it up a little bit, give the fans what they wanted to see. I don't think it's for every movie. We don't need every comic movie to be R, but Wolverine needs.
I did also like the Deadpool preview on the intro.
That was really
Hilarious.
good. Yeah.
So there's Deadpool 2 is coming.
Oh yeah.
Not soon enough, as it said.
Yeah. It had a really funny like a little like teaser before the movie started. That teaser would have been awkward after Wolverine. Like you're all sad and it's like, oh, here's a funny thing. So yeah, it was a pretty funny like intro. So
Is there a character development of Logan himself? Is there like a canonical behavior that he does? Like, if you write outside of this guy, he's not this guy anymore.
Oh man, that's good. That's good stuff. Well, that's where a lot of
because Batman has that, right? Like you can tell a phony Batman writer from a real one,
I mean,
right?
people, and that's the thing. People get contentious over this stuff. Like I get passionate when I'm like, dude, Batman wouldn't do that. That's like my issues with like the Dark Knight Rises movie. I like the Dark Knight Rises, but there's parts about it I'm like, to me, Batman would never stop being Batman because of whatever. Like in the movie, he stopped because of storyline and plot. That's not Batman to me. But like with Logan, he's a loner. He doesn't really surround himself with people, but he ends up being with people. So what he hates is that when you get close, it kind of dips in ebbs and flows. Like he gets with people, becomes protective, and then he ends up, someone gets hurt, and he's like, if I'm by you, you're going to get hurt. That's his story. So he kind of has a great love. She dies. Like, suck. Becomes friends with the X-Men. They become his family. Some of them die. He feels responsible. Same thing with this. And then, so he has an arc. I won't spoil the arc, but there's an arc in this movie, which I feel like he kind of comes to terms. Professor X says something really nice to him. Like, he says, like, this is nice, Logan. Like, talking about this, like, situation that's going on. And you're like, finally, he kind of gets it at the end. So,
But he didn't really say that to Logan.
Oh, you're right. Mind grapes exploding.
Your member berries are
saw
losing
it
it.
twice. Yeah, that's right.
Well, maybe he did before he left for the. I don't know. I'll have to think about it again. I saw it last night, and I'm like, did he say that?
So-
I swear.
No, but that's a good question, dude. Like, it can be way deeper in Like you can break everything down. You can take the simplest silly concept and you can extrapolate it and make it long-winded, but can you make it interesting? And I feel like they did that with Logan. So, anywho, we'll segue out of that. This was a good thing. Any other things you guys want to talk about? We got Iron Fist coming out next week.
Ooh, is that on
That
the
sounds like a
Netflix?
Wu-Tang record.
Dude.
On Netflix?
It's close. Yeah, Netflix.
Cool.
The Marvel Netflix shows are really good.
Yeah,
like Daredevil,
dude. You
Jessica
need to
Jones, Nick
if you haven't
Cage.
seen Daredevil or Jessica Jones or
Get on
Cage.
it.
yeah,
Did I say Nick Cage?
yeah, I think you did.
What's the one, the mullet where he's got the
Con Air.
Con Air
Yeah, dude.
with some John Malkovich?
That's funny.
Dude,
Well,
the
Nick Cage
Malkovich.
got his name from Luke Cage. That's why.
Really?
Yeah, because he's Nick Coppola.
Yeah, he's a
big.
he's
comic
royalty.
nerd.
Oh.
So anywho,
Hollywood.
so it's not that far.
I do want to throw in I guess I'll say a 30-second album review.
Oh, okay.
Just because I'm mad at myself for sleeping on it for so long. I just put Every Time I Die's new, the band's called Every Time I Die. New album's called Low Teens. It's pretty dang awesome. And it came out last year and I just totally has been sleeping on it. I put it on my Apple Music.
It came out last year.
Well, late last 2016.
Oh, okay.
So later 2016, and I just put it on my Apple Music, and I've been bumping it all week, and it's pretty dang awesome.
Awesome. Well, I've been listening to Dio, so
If you like some Every Time I Die, then check it out. If you're not a fan of heavy music with screaming, so please don't listen.
Yeah, don't listen to it.
That's what it is.
Listen to Dio.
yeah, go put
instead.
some Adele on or something.
But it's pretty awesome. So that was just my 30-second album review. Gotta go Low Teens.
gotta go
Every Time
Low
I Die.
Teens. Every Time I Die. There we go. Eric, is there anything that you'd like to say before we close out the show? Eric, you've been a great guest, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very, very
Might have to have you
hearty
back
discussion
again.
in here. It was like a
Have me
stew.
back.
It was like you ate a stew.
Yeah.
There was heartiness
yeah.
to it.
Let me bring up some serious
It
stuff.
wasn't like it wasn't. It wasn't
I'm
like,
living serious life right now.
It wasn't
That's
like,
why.
It wasn't like chicken stock. It was like a stew.
It was,
Yeah.
it was
Very girthy.
You had to eat that stew with a fork.
Get off that milk, bro.
Yeah.
Let's get on some of that meat.
Yeah.
Anything you wanted to add?
What you got going on in your life? You playing
My
drums?
life-
He's playing drums right now. He doesn't
I'm
want to talk
playing
about it.
drums. I'm playing drums alone. I've kind of
How about my
become an on-call drummer for a friend of mine's band.
What's that band called?
That band's name is Meek, M-E-K. It has a specific way it's written, so I don't know how you do it, but you can find the record on Apple Music, probably Spotify. Ty Zamora, Dan Hill, who I would be replacing from time to time. I am not a member of the band. Dan Hill is the drummer. And his brother, Joe Hill, all phenomenal professional grade musicians. But it's just a potential. I just been listening to the record and learning the songs. I did one show with them about 3 months ago at the Doll Hut. First time ever at that venue.
Linda's Doll Hut?
Is that what it's
It used to
called?
be called Linda's Doll
In
Hut. I think.
Anaheim. Little tiny.
In Anaheim,
tiny
yeah.
dive
Like
bar.
about the smallest place, about the size of this
Yeah,
room.
it's a cool
almost.
spot. Well, it's called a hut.
Yeah, it really is a hut. I was surprised because I'd heard about it for 20 plus years, you know. But so yeah, check out the record. It's a cool like sci-fi. What is that? A concept record?
Yeah.
It's a good record. I just happen to be available. It's not because my drumming's like spectacular. I think I'm just.
We're
I'm
gonna
just
edit
go
all this
there.
talking yourself down out. So
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. So, anyways, go check out Meek. It's a good record. People that I really enjoy being around and music I love listening to. So,
Word.
cool. Meek. So MEK, huh?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You can probably find them on YouTube, whatever. Yeah.
I want to say thank you for
Yeah.
being here.
Thanks,
Oh,
You were nice.
you're welcome. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, yeah. All right. So thank you for joining us for episode 35. If you would love to get in contact with us, please check us out on social media at Let's Go Cast on Twitter and Instagram. You can check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/Let's Go Cast or visit our website at www.letsgocast.com. Right now, we're actually looking for writers for articles. We have a writer coming on. They'll be reviewing Netflix shows for us. And also, we got some recipes coming. So we're going to have someone to write.
Oh,
Do you
that's
dig our
good.
tasty beer that we had today?
Recipes.
Yes.
Yeah, they're going to say, ooh, well, you should eat these with that. So our friend Ashley will be taking care of that. So check out the website again, www.letsgocast.com, and you'll see stuff and some reviews and other things we're going to start adding to the site right, we would love for you to spread the word of Let's Go Cast. Go on your social medias. If you listen to this right now, before you click off, say, oh, let me share this episode. That helps us out. Helps us get the words out. And the number one thing you can do to help us out, go to iTunes right now.
5-star review.
Give us a 5-star review on iTunes. We saw a few that just popped up last month, so that was kind of cool and encouraging to see that.
Yeah,
so please leave those, guys. That helps. That puts us up on the list on iTunes.
On that list.
Yeah, put us up on that list.
Put us on the list.
So if you get us on that list, that'll help out. And go to YouTube, search for our show, and subscribe. So we hit 50. We drew a winner last time. Working that out with them because they're going to be a guest on the show. But when we get to 100, we can do a few more cool things like some live stuff and
maybe some merchandise coming.
We got some merchandise coming.
Some stickers
in the works.
Yeah, we got stickers and stuff coming. We actually gave away a shirt this week. Yeah, somebody won on our Instagram or was it Facebook we did a Women's Day tile like, hey, International Women's Day, just pick all the awesome women, and so we had a winner and
chicken dinner.
Chicken dinner. Oh, so good.
Yeah. So that'll be sorry. That'll be awesome. So yeah, so Pete won that. That will be going out to him. And so
all right, Pete.
Yeah.
Get that chicken dinner.
All right, you guys. So I'm Justin.
I'm Kelly.
I'm Eric.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I got by the kick that red. Left the top, swung to the east.